SEC West that controls its destiny went out, and they are the champs. It's been 40 years since the Rebels have won the SEC. Now David Cutcliffe's team sets its eyes on the prize. While Eli Manning has led this team, a trio of runners have powered the Rebels, but two will be sidelined, so Tremaine Turner will be the running man. Today, South Carolina comes to Oxford. The Gamecock defense has some real big hitters who are looking to slow down the Rebel Express. It's Carolina and Ole Miss, and it's on the way. Some Gamecock fans have invaded the Grove, but the Ole Miss faithful certainly welcome the visitors in. But there is a buzz in the air in these parts because the Rebels have a chance to do something they haven't done in 40 years. We are inside Vaught Hemingway Stadium on the campus of the University of Mississippi. Our JP SEC Game of the Week. South Carolina at 5-3, and the Ole Miss Rebels at 6-2. But when you look at the SEC West standings, the only team that is left undefeated to this point are the Ole Miss Rebels at 4-0. The Ole Miss Rebels haven't won an SEC championship since 1963. They can continue on a path to the first in 40 years with a win here today. South Carolina, on the other hand, they're playing for a lot as well. They're trying to become bowl eligible. 5 wins so far. This win here today, if they can pull it off, would give them the needed 6 victories. But it all hasn't been pleasantries around Oxford, Mississippi, because Ronald McClendon will not play today. Their talented running back is sitting out for precautionary reasons due to some possible, and I underline possible, NCAA violations. Fajon Pearson also out with a bad shoulder. Jamal Pittman out with a torn ACL. Dave Rowe, this team has been running the football all year long. They had 4 guys they could rotate. They're down to 1 in Tremaine Turner.
And it's going to be tough because there's no way, Dave, that Tremaine Turner can do it by himself. John Latina, the offensive coordinator, told us they cannot expect him to run the ball 30, 35, 40 times. So they're going to move Brandon Jacobs over to the tailback spot. And if they can get 15 to 20 runs out of him that are productive, they'll feel very well pleased.
Ole Miss came in averaging 170 yards a game on the ground, 4th in the SEC. A team that runs the ball over and over and just continue to pound you is South Carolina. And Dave, I guess on the opposite side, they've got 3 or 4 guys that can carry the football.
Oh, do they ever. This is a very talented South Carolina team. They've got a young man in Summers that is just the most exciting freshman you'll ever see, over 500 yards rushing. Then they got Turman, and he is close behind. Then you throw in a quarterback, Dave, that can run. And Ole Miss, if they want to win this football game, they have got to stop the run today.
Well, Ole Miss won the toss. They will defer, so South Carolina will receive, and we'll see those South Carolina running backs early. And Lee Rogers will do the kicking for the Ole Miss Rebels. This special teams for Ole Miss has been a big part of the success so far for the Rebel football team. Coach Cutcliffe has not shied away from talking to his team about the importance of this football game and what it means in the history of this school. I mean, let's face it, folks, they're the only team in the West that hasn't been to Atlanta and won an SEC championship since they split the divisions in 1992. They're on their way. They control their destiny for the first time in a long, long time. Kickoff taken about 2 yards deep, and Troy Williamson will bring it out to the 15 where he stood up right there. And speaking of those Ole Miss special teams, let's bring in our 3rd member of our team, Dave Baker.
Dave, you saw that kick by Lee Rogers. You've got Cody Ridgway, the punter, and most importantly, Jonathan Nichols, the field goal kicker. He's only missed once. He's got 3 over 50 yards this year. Lou Holtz has been a guy who has been a master of special teams all of his coaching career. He says we can't outfield position his team. We've got to have some big plays on offense.
Coach Holtz, in his usual manner, Dave, all week saying his team didn't have a chance.
Oh, yeah, not a chance. He's got 2 great running backs.